A hotel has another good story. A Kansas City couple is celebrating their 40th anniversary, and a hotel has agreed to let them use a gift certificate that they found after all these years. They were going through some things from their wedding day because it's their 40th anniversary, and they found a gift certificate for a free night at a hotel in Kansas City that someone had given them 40 years ago. So they went to the hotel and said, has this expired? And the hotel said, we'll let you use it, because
How about that?
they were celebrating 40 years. And the couple said, boy, they really went above and
I
beyond.
was going through our old wedding album, and there was a certificate right there, and I thought, I wonder if they'd still honor this.
Actually had no knowledge there was a certificate, and that he'd even actually looked at the wedding book. That was a shock. I mean, that's really what it's all about. Memories, special things that you experience together.
That's Tim and Melinda O'Brien, and they have taken their weekend at the hotel in Kansas City, which was given to them on their wedding day 40 years ago.
That Ramada Inn's still open.
They're still there, and the Ramada is still there in Kansas City, and they took them up on their offer and were there. I did an event in a hotel yesterday.
Yeah?
The Hampton Inn, and I was stationed right in front of the Continental Breakfast. I leaned against the Cheerios.
Yeah, the way, man.
Dave and I said you'd be by the waffle maker.
You said it. And I got quite a laugh out of it when I looked up, and it said waffle batter.
Yeah.
Right there.
Sure.
The lights were off. We were
Don't touch.
I was in the dark.
Yeah.
The lights were off.
Well, and those are fine hotels.
Yep,
I mean,
yep.
but some of those hotels are limited in space. I mean, sometimes
they
they're nice, but people go in there. There's a lobby. There's a place to eat.
Yep.
But
There's
the breakfast
desk,
area is small.
It's
but
small.
The breakfast area is small. There's not many places to work.
We had blocked an egress, and the maintenance man said, "You better back your ass up."
Aha.
We're not going to be able. We're not going to be able to take
By the waffle maker?
Yep.
Further.
By
By the toaster oven? Further. The cold cereal stand? Perfect.
Were you just making bowls for people to come up?
Yeah,
Hey,
man.
can you just pour some Fruit Loops in a bowl?
Not at that time of day.
I mean, that's how it
Yeah.
was. That's what we had to do.
They put you out by the pool, but it was raining.
Well, at first they put me by the pool, but the wind and rain drove us back into the cold cereal area.
Are you the omelet station? No.
This is a Hampton Inn, sir.
We don't have an omelet station. The Marquis said best indoor pool in all of Asheboro.
Hey.
And I had gone to high school with the guy that worked there in maintenance, and his name, I hadn't seen him in years. It was really cool to see him. That's my hometown.
Yeah.
And I said to him, is this really the best indoor pool in all of Asheboro? And he winked at me and he said, you damn right it is.
Excellent.
If it wasn't blowing a gale outside, I'd give you my trunks.
Put you right in there. There can't be too much competition for that, is there? In, the best indoor pool.
I suppose if one thinks about it, perhaps the fact that we don't hear about more fires at waffle stations at hotels all across this country is a testament to America's intelligence.
Yeah.
Man, so every day Biggie says, you know how dumb Americans are? And was like, yeah.
And he proves it. Yeah, that's
But
right.
people are making waffles right now at a waffle station, and they're not setting the hotels on fire.
That's right. The batter comes right out.
Do they work like toasters? Do you put? I've never made one at those places.
either.
Some of them used to have like the batter.
That's what this one has.
Yeah, and you put it in there, and then do you set it, and it's like a toaster. Once it's done,
It pops out.
It turns off.
I never made one.
I've never made one.
I haven't
But
either.
we
are
made a
not
hotel
setting,
waffle.
We are not setting fires with it.
I always thought they were a bit extravagant to have at hotels.
Agree.
Like I thought, to me, a hotel breakfast should just be cereal,
Danish
muffins. Yeah, maybe I'll let them set up the little 3-tray thing where it has like eggs, potatoes, sausage, or bacon.
Well, I love an omelet station.
I don't know that. Well, I don't think they have omelet stations there.
Not at Hampton Inn, but
No, not
Do they even have hot trays, or is it just like cereal?
No, they had a waffle maker.
Bread.
They had the waffle thing.
Right, but that's it. But you're not going to see trays of scrambled eggs and trays.
You
of,
might.
Yeah.
Places do now. That
Some
kind
do.
of is kind of a bigger deal. But I always thought the waffle maker was a bit much.
Overkill?
Yeah, and there's always somebody trying to do it and do it wrong.
Well,
so it's and it creates holdups and lines. Kids want waffles.
It's messy.
Yeah.
Well, all right. That leads us perfectly into this story. Now, I had it as a bad story, but Dave Aiken's going to think it's good. There is a a chef named John Mountain, and he lives in Perth, Australia. And apparently, someone came into his restaurant. The restaurant is called, I believe it's Fry Restaurant in Perth. And someone came in and asked for the vegan options, and he gave them the vegan options, or the waitstaff did. And they weren't satisfied with it, and then later left a bad review about the vegan meal that they had had.
What's a vegan option at a place called Fry?
Down Perth, yeah.
Extra veg?
Yeah.
A shove out the door?
Well, they had.
Here's your vegan option.
Okay, so the chef.
There's a Hampton Inn down the street.
Okay.
They got waffles.
The chef, John Mountain, says, I've had it with these vegans.
I'm done with vegans. I'm absolutely done with vegans. Go find another kebab shop somewhere that's happy to give you that plastic rubbish that you enjoy to eat so much. Go and enjoy your life somewhere else. I've worked for some of the best chefs in the world, and to be told that you're not good enough by some sort of influencer type vegan person that I'm not into the 2023s killed me.
Okay, he is. And that restaurant.
I'm going to buy that man a drink.
That restaurant has now banned all vegans from coming into the restaurant. And they'll have no more vegan options. They literally, a sign says, and they put on their social media, no vegans. No vegans are welcome. I think you can do it, at least in the U.S., because you can only, I mean, our lawyer has told us, you can only discriminate, you can't discriminate for race or
creed or color.
Gender.
Generally, it's the things you cannot control.
But this one, vegans are out.
Yeah.
No vegans get to come into this restaurant.
Yeah. I wouldn't say no vegans. I would say we have no vegan options and leave it at that.
Well, he said,
because maybe they want to come in and have a glass of water.
You know what he said? You know what? No.
He
said no. He said no to. He really has.
All right,
now, Biggie and I just recently championed Taco Bell for their vegan tostada. And their crunch wrap, their vegan crunch wrap. Dave said it'll never work. We've got a year now. He said it won't be on the menu in a year.
Give it a year.
It won't be on the menu in a year. But this guy is saying absolutely not. Is that a good story, a bad story, or an ugly story?
It's the best story you've ever read.
I knew you'd like it.
Buy him 2 drinks now.
Turbo Ted, you're talking about waffle makers at hotels. Go ahead.
Well, you guys seemed like you were concerned about how they work. So the ones that I have seen, you dump the batter in, and you close the lid, and then you invert it like 180 degrees. It has a handle that you turn, and the thing inverts 180 degrees, and after the allotted amount of time, a little beeper goes off, you turn the thing back over, and the handle opens up, and you pull your waffle out.
Okay.
All
right.
Okay.
And pretty easy, it sounds like.
Yeah, you could be as dumb as me and still make it happen.
Okay, good. And you've done
All
it.
right.
Okay, all right then. All right.
That's helpful.
I was making them yesterday for those customers.
Get over here.
Get in here.
So it's
I brought my
Belgian
own
type
eggs.
waffles. isn't it?
Yeah, I made eggs for them. Now it's late in the afternoon. I said, get you have breakfast for dinner. You know, that's what we were doing there yesterday at the Hampton Inn.
Someone pooped in the pool. I don't handle that.
No, that's not my thing, you know. There is a lady today that is complaining, and she's online making a stink about it. She apparently says, and I don't know that this can really happen, it's a bad story, that she went to the Goodwill and was looking for values and wound up going through their bins for 4 hours. And now she has hand, foot, and mouth disease. And she's blaming Goodwill.
Go to the Goodwill bins. You'll get so much good stuff for cheap. What they don't tell you is you could get hand, foot, and mouth disease, like I did 2 weeks ago from digging around in the bins for 4 hours. I didn't even know adults could get that.
What is hand, foot, and mouth disease? I have never...
It comes up on this show about every 5 years.
Or the hoof and mouth, like little babies get, don't they? Hoof and mouth?
His hand, foot, and mouth disease.
I think that's on the farm, isn't it, Dave?
That's
No, I
your
thought that
mountain.
was
That's your mountain.
Children don't
woman,
have
Dave.
hooves.
Yeah.
No, but they
I should look this up.
Some do.
I should have looked this
they're
up.
cloven.
Hand, foot, and mouth disease is a common virus causing sores in the mouth and a rash on the hands and feet, spread by direct contact with saliva or mucus. And she is saying that she was digging in the...
Look up hoof and mouth for David.
All right, let me look at hoof and
Dave.
mouth. And it says, by the way, that hand, foot, and mouth is most common in children because
Foot and mouth.
hand, foot, and mouth because they touch their, of course, hands and feet.
She's digging in there for 4 hours?
She was.
Now, hang on a second. She's digging
Were
in
they
there for...
open, or was she going through the bins, the drop-off bins at night?
No, they were open, and she said that she was going through the bins for 4 hours.
Or if you go digging through there 4 hours, you got to wash yourself.
Hoof and mouth disease is common in pigs, sheep, goats, deer, and cows.
Oh, they get it.
Yeah, that's an animal thing.
But this woman didn't have hoof. She had hand, foot, and mouth disease.
How specific?
Which more
You get it
hand
on your
or foot?
hands, your foot, and your mouth.
Or mouth. She said she got mouth. That was she got sores in her mouth.
Go to the Goodwill bins. You'll get so much good stuff for cheap. What they don't tell you is you could get hand, foot, and mouth disease, like I did 2 weeks ago from digging around in the bins for 4 hours. I didn't even know adults could get that.
It's mostly kids, she says. And Biggie was winding me up. He said she must have been checking the bargain bin 10 items earlier. It's the the bargain bin, which is exactly what she did.
It's all the bargain bin there.
It
It
is. Yeah, every bit of it. That's right.
Is anyone else under the impression that when one donates to Goodwill, the clothing is washed before it's put out
That was my impression.
on the tables for sale?
I would think they go through and sort things, and it goes on their
As
display
is.
floor.
Well, maybe maybe if it comes from saliva, maybe someone had spit or had drooled.
But how fresh?
I don't know.
How long does that virus live outside your human?
Who knows? I was thinking maybe she went by after another customer that had left, maybe already had hand, foot, and mouth disease.
Think there's a kid in there spitting?
Well, kids go in there and drool. Matt, you're talking about hand, foot, and mouth disease. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know too much about what it is, but my friend got it, and among a lot of stuff that was wrong with him, one of the crazier things is that he said his balls grew by like 4 times the size they usually are.
Oh, man.
You can't put those in the bins. Use your hands.
Hey, man, your balls are enormous. Yeah, hand, foot, and mouth. What am I going to tell you?
What are you doing with your sack in there?
What's he doing?
Here comes old Teabag. Hey, what's up? What's up, TB?
What'd you do today? I'm teabagging over at the Goodwill. Come on, man.
Man, perfect.
Is that a new shirt? Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, your balls are huge.
Your pants look tight. The pants are fine.
Yeah. What are you over at the Goodwill? Yeah.
You washed that before you wore it? Come on, man.
Oh, man.
I swear I thought they laundered the clothing
You're
before
right.
they put it
Are
out.
you
You'd think.
No.
I really thought they had giant washing
Don't they
machines.
have washing machines?
No.
They don't wash the clothes?
They barely have humans in there to put on hangers.
Serious?
No.
But a lot
they
of
don't wash it. They don't wash anything.
A lot of
all
that
the
stuff is
same.
put on I mean, it's put up on hangers.
No.
I thought it was cleaned and pressed and put in there.
Yes.
Did not?
Are you high? No.
I really thought they did.
No, they
Oh,
shove it out there.
It's a job for the people who work at the Goodwill. It's
And they
another
do
job.
work.
Yeah, I
And when
thought.
people like you drop it off and shove it back there in garbage bags, they pull it out, they hang it up, and they put it on the
I
rack
think
on the
they
floor.
clean it.
I do. I think they clean
I don't
it
think I'm
too.
getting
I
sweaty
bet they don't
Steve
clean
shirt.
a thing. I'm all for them. I go to Goodwill.
But you
The
thought
people that shopped at Goodwill.
you started this with farm animals. You didn't know. You're off base. You're off base on this.
You're out of line.
You're out of line. You're over
Think
the
of
line.
these smells the clothes would have.
That's disgusting.
They didn't wash
It's
them.
gotta wash
They don't wash
them.
them.
My God.
Every panty sniffer from here to the store would be in the Goodwill praying at the.
I don't think you can donate panties.
I don't think they
Can't
take
donate
them.
They don't take panties. But boy, if they did.
Oh, well, then. The business would
Be a
have
regular. Here it comes.
business go way up.
They got to look.
Yeah.
They got to clean it.
I think so, too.
No.
Austin has a comment on hand, foot, and mouth disease, which this woman says she got from digging in the Goodwill bargain bin. Go ahead.
Hey, morning, guys. So I was just telling Biggie, my son is almost 5, but he actually had it about last year when he was about 3.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so contagious that he didn't have the rash, but he had the sores in his mouth.
Yeah.
But it's very highly contagious that even if they don't have the rash, if their saliva or any kind of airborne particle gets on something and you touch it, you can get it that easily.
There it is.
Do you have any idea how your son picked it up?
It was just a bacterial infection that turned into it. So he had that and RSV. So he's had a couple of things.
Oh, no.
Man,
But
well, how long did it take him to get over hand, foot, and mouth disease?
I think about a week.
Yeah.
About a week to 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So-
Well, I looked it up. It's mostly kids, which
Yeah.
makes perfect sense. But thank you very much, Austin. That really says a lot. But don't you think probably a kid was in that bin, and if it's
Yeah,
contagious,
but
that way?
mom was
Yeah.
holding the kid. Who knows what?
and drools on it or whatever.
Or blew his nose or sneezed.
Yeah. all
But
those
but
things, right.
then again, we get back to virology. How long does it last outside the human body?
Not long. But she was, you wouldn't think, but she's in it for 4 hours. She's digging in that stuff.
Yeah, she was swimming in it.
Clearly, she's a regular. I bet she knows when the new stuff goes out.
I bet she does.
She goes on the first day and spends all day.
I bet you're right. Laurie, you're talking about, do they wash the clothes at the Goodwill before they put them on the rack? Chris, Tim, and I are in for yes. Biggie and Dave say, Dave says no. What do you think, Laurie?
Dave, I love you so much, and you are absolutely right. I volunteered for a long time at Goodwill, and you sort through the clothes, and they take them directly to the rack.
Wow.
You throw away the stuff or put in like a bin that's going somewhere else. I don't know where.
Mm-hmm.
The hell, I guess.
Straight to hell.
The fires there aren't hot enough to burn up these clothes.
Straight to hell. Okay.
So I guess if it doesn't pass the sniff test, it goes to hell.
It goes to trash.
Who's the sniffer in there? We've got a new sniffer coming over.
Lucky guy.
Wow. Okay, that makes sense.
I'm wrong.
Thank you, Laurie.
Look at the clothes that go in there. I mean, on
The volume
Saturday,
is astonishing.
There's no
You're
way you
right.
can wash all that.
It's huge. Anonymous, you're talking about washing at the Goodwill. Laurie says they don't do it.
No, I've got my 24 hours of community service done there. It comes in, gets put in the bin, and then people just fold for like 8 hours a day, and then it goes out.
That's all it is.
Thank you for your service.
Okay.
For the community.
I mean, I suppose there are worse ways to spend your
I
community
didn't know
service.
that's what they were doing. I didn't know that was part of
I
community.
guess there's volunteers.
guess
Well,
Go sort and fold.
mandatory volunteers.
It's better than trash pickup on a highway.
I would. Yeah, I agree. I just thought they had a huge vat of bubbling water that you just throw it in, throw some soap in there, get it out, dry it off.
No, you
We need
provide,
more Calgon.
I'm
no,
stunned.
you provide the soap and the water.
I'm
shocked.
I'm surprised. Dave was. That's Mountain Dave.
Yeah, Dave. He didn't know his hoof and mouth.
He doesn't know
And
that.
in fairness, Dave's done community service.
A bunch of vegan lovers.
You know what? Biggie's right.
Yeah, Dave, that's right. That's where you did your community service thing?
No, I never did
Okay,
that.
all right. Dave was a sniffer 3 years.
I sniffed for 6 weeks straight.
Volunteer.
Put over there and sniff and sort.
Oh, Dave the sniffer. Wow.
Panty shredders.
Yeah.
That's where the term
Well,
came
that's your
from.
thing. You're the panty
Panty
shredder.
shredders.
I know that. I'm the vag killer, but you're the panty shredder. Oh, yeah.
We've almost got a band.
Yep.